Hey, Stampin' friends. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's Jody Breckville, Stampin' Queen, and I am live in my studio in Pennsylvania, and I'm ready to hang out with you guys. So it's been a minute since I have been face to face with you guys. So if you're on, come on in, give me a like or a love, shoot me a comment, let me know that we're on, because it's been so long since I've done this, because I was having a very extended vacation. I've forgotten all the steps that I needed to take. So hopefully everything's working okay. There's my friends coming in. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to some of you guys. Good morning to some of you guys. So happy to have you guys on with me. So we are going to do a little bit of stamping. I'm actually going to work backwards today. Normally I would create this video when my monthly creative escape goes live and we focused on gone fishing in July, but I wasn't around. I was on vacation. So I'm going to go ahead and do those cards for you guys. So some of you may have already gotten your creative escape. It's in the mail actually, and I will be finishing up the tutorial today. So if you purchased it, thank you. Mwah, love it. It's a great bundle. Do you guys have this bundle, the Gone Fishing? I don't have big fishermen in my family. The men in my family aren't huge fishermen, but I have a lot of friends who are big fisher people, I should say, not just fishermen. So we're going to create with that. It is obviously it's great for Father's Day. It does have a Father's Day sentiment in it, but it also has some good other sentiments, which I need for retirement. So friends my age are starting to retire. What's happening? So yeah, so some retirement type things, some maybe dad birthday. I'm going to use some of them for masculine birthdays. Dad birthday, because I think one of the sentiments is like, so glad you're my dad. And that could go for anything, just if you need to send your dad a little note or maybe a birthday or something like that. So we're going to play with that one, but I just want to let you guys know about my creative escape. So if you're new here, you're not familiar with it, every single month, my friend Connie Heisey and I partner up and we bring you a monthly creative escape. So this came hot on the heels of the fact that she and I partnered together to do Pampered Stamper creative retreats, creative escapes. These are in person in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, which is my town, South Central Pennsylvania. We always have a retreat in a box option because we know so many of you guys are just not close enough to come hang out with us. But if you could, we would love it. Totally love it if you guys came and hung out with us. But we do have these creative escapes, these actual in-person retreats. And we noticed that like the times that we were doing it, like we were missing people in between there. We're like, well, what else can we do? So we're like, well, let's do a monthly little creative escape. And then we'll see everybody together when it's time for the Pampered Stamper creative escape retreats. So that's kind of how it came to be. And I have a subscription service for this. So I heard from a lot of people like, I didn't get the email, or I was busy, or I was away and I didn't know about it. And now I'm too late and I missed out. So I started a subscription service. So if you love getting a little fun crafting package in the mail every single month, that's going to have 8 make and take projects with your envelopes. It's going to have a PDF tutorial, usually has a pack of designer paper, some gems, some sort of embellishments, lots of yummy stuff. All you need to do is subscribe. So you sign up one time and then every single month it will just set it and forget it, right? It'll just go ahead and charge you, and I will get everything sent out to you that month. I'm staggering here because I'm getting notifications that my Wi-Fi, my connectivity is not good. That frustrates me. So hopefully I'm still on and we're still doing okay. You guys can see me and hear me okay. So if you can, just give me a thumbs up or let me know, because it flashes in and out and I just never know if the connection. Okay, it looks like we're still rolling. So anyway, subscription service, it will be linked in the description of this video. So if you want to check out the subscription, it's only $39 a month, and that includes your shipping. So what a steal for 8 projects and the goodies that go with them. Now, like I said, that set it and forget it. It will just auto charge you each month, and I automatically ship it out to you each month. I do let you know ahead of time what we're going to be creating with. So that way, if you need to put in an order or some of you guys are demonstrators, pull your ink pads, see what you need, see what you already have. So I do send that information out a little bit ahead. And then as a special treat for my subscribers, when they have been with me for 6 months in a row, I give them a $25 goodie bag. So it is stamping related. It always has some stamping goodies in it. So every 6 months you'll get something, $25 of goods. So why would you want to discontinue? I don't know. Anyway, so that is my subscription service for Creative Escape. And but you can just piecemeal it. So if you like this month, go ahead and grab it. I do want to tell you that I'm focusing on Gone Fishing because I'm creating the cards for that. So I wanted to share what you might have missed, but also to let you know I have 3 extra kits. So keep that in mind. So if you love what you see today, I have 3 extra kits. All you need to do is message me and I will take care of the rest. So as a little sneaky peeky, let's see. Let me show you what we're going to be creating with in August. August is almost here, you guys. That's crazy. Darling Details. Is that not adorable? So such a cute set, and the dies even better because it's got these frames. So some of them are falling apart, or not falling apart, falling off my magnet because I need a bigger magnet. So there's 2 dies that have fallen off, but look at those frames. Eek. So we're going to be playing with that. That will be our August Creative Escape. Super excited. Okay, looks like we've got some friends on. So yeehaw, we should get started with some stamping. So let me do a little switcheroo here and we will get rolling. Okay, there we are. God, oh, Lori, Betty, Tamara, yay, everybody's on. All right, so I'm going to tell you just really quickly that this is a special class I have. It's called a pop-up class featuring circle sayings and timeless arrangements. So these are actually 2 optional classes that were part of my retreat in a box in June, but everybody fell in love with them, and we're offering them to everyone, even if you did not take the retreat in a box, you now have a chance to get this class. This is the one that I did, focusing on circle sayings. And don't you love this designer series paper, the Countryside Inn. And this is a stack and shuffle class, you guys. So you're going to stack your DSP together and you're going to cut it a certain way. And then you're going to shuffle your pieces and it's going to give you 4 very cool cards. Now you can put more pieces of paper together and get even more cards, but it's so fun. I love stack and shuffles. So that is the circle sayings. You're going to get the half pack of the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. You're going to get that pretty navy ribbon, and then you'll also get the iridescent pearls. So that is that class. You'll also, of course, you get the tutorial. Okay, so I tell you exactly how you need to cut your paper and make these super gorgeous cards. This is a pop-up class, which that means, you guys, it's a very limited time offer. It ends July 31st, 1 week only. So grab it now because you don't want to cry that you forgot. Timeless Arrangements is going to be a black and white with a pop of color. So surprise, surprise, we're actually using the Zany Zoo Designer Series paper. Now you're going to get a half a pack. I just always cut mine down for video purposes. It's a 12 by 12. So you're probably thinking, are you crazy, lady? That Zany Zoo, why would I use that? Because the back is all black and white patterns. Super, super cool. So you'll get a half a pack of that. You're going to get your gems, which you'll have a new pack. Mine have been well loved this pack. And you'll also get some of that thread. And then here are your black and white with a, let's do it this way. Black and white with a pop of color cards. So we've got Pretty Peacock, Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel. And then this has a yellow, black and white with that little pop of color. Okay, so you'll get everything you need to make those projects. You'll get your tutorial. You'll get all your goods. And like I said, July 31st, that's ending. Okay, so you guys are here to do some stamping. So we talked about we're going to focus on the Gone Fishing. That's on page 78 and 79 of our 2022, 2023, no, 2020, 2020, 2023, 2024 annual catalog. There we go. Great bundle. Love, love, love that designer series paper. Okie dokie, schmokey. So let's get some cards together here. See what all I have. Our ink pads are going to be boho blue, pecan pie, and wild wheat and mossy meadow. So a nice kind of neutral colors there. And this is the kit. Okay, so what you're going to get is everything in here. Sorry, I have a dog locked in my office with me today. My husband's in a meeting, so he might be huffing and puffing. So you're going to get your projects here. There's going to be 4 projects, 2 of each project. You're also going to get your rustic metallic dots, your half a pack of designer series paper, and then this super cool wavy trim. This was sold out for quite some time, but it is back in stock. So as I said, you guys, I do have 3 kits available. So if you love it, hit me up and I can take care of things for you. Now, would it be helpful if I knew what I was making? Yes, it would. So what did I do with my stuff? I do need a paper trimmer. Hold, please. Okie dokie. So we're going to start off. And I thought, I always like to show you what I'm making ahead, but I don't have it here. I don't know what I did with them, but that's okay. It's going to be a surprise. So let's get all our pieces and parts here. You do get envelopes with this class, so all you need to do is sign them and send them, and you can be on the way. So we're going to start off with our piece of mossy meadow, and we are going to fold that in half. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, let me scooch things up a little, is grab our paper trimmer, and we need to do a little bit of cutting work. So we're going to unfold. We're going to have our fold right here slide that into the paper trimmer, and we are going to make 2 cuts at 1 inch and 4.5. So we're going to kind of get 2 little flaps there. So what I like to do, our paper trimmer with Stampin' Up has the 1 inch on this side and the 1 inch on this side. I love that. So I'm just going to slide that in so that edge is right at 1 inch. And I'm just going to cut up to that score line. Okay. So now I can slide on over here and I can put my other edge at 1 inch and do the exact same. Cut right to that score line, which is actually 4 1/4, right? So we kind of end up with these 2 little flippy flaps. So I'm going to take some designer series paper, and you guys have free reign, so you can choose what you want to use because the whole pack is very, very cool. The other thing that I love about this is if it doesn't have, one side is very fish oriented, right? Because it is Gone Fishing. If you don't care for that side, the other side just has some nice neutral patterns, which is very cool. So you kind of have some options there. If you just like the designer series paper, you don't have to have, you can use this side. You don't have to have the one that has the little, whatever these are called. I don't fish. So it's not bait, right? What are these called? Lures? Are they fishing lures? And I don't know. But that's all right. It doesn't matter for our card. So we're going to put this piece right here, that designer series paper right there. And I need some of that trim. So I do want to take a piece of trim and I want to wrap it around here. I'm just going to go for see how long of a piece I need. That should work. But in the meantime, I can put this designer paper on. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you. Jeanne, she says yes, it's fishing lures. So if you use a fishing lure, do you need bait? Do you need to put something on there? I guess it depends what you're fishing for, right? Would that be kind of a good analogy? Depending on the fish is depending on what you're putting on your hook, I'm going to guess. All right, so now what we're going to do, the next step is we're going to actually glue these little flippy flops down. We don't need them. This is just a fun fold. Something different. You get tired of making the same. Oh, I glued my hand to my cord. Carefully unpeel it. That's a rookie mistake. How about it, kids? So we have a piece of vanilla that's going to sit right in there. And that's where you can, I'm going to run out of adhesive. That's where you can add your sentiment. There we go. So now I'm going to take that piece of ribbon that we did, that wavy trim, and I'm just going to add a little bit. I could probably do a snot dot there too, but I'm just going to take that bit, a little bit of adhesive, because this is going to get covered up. So I am not too worried. Roll this back around here, add a little bit there, but if you've got snot dots on hand, they may be your friend. And I do kind of want it to be even. I'm not pulling it too tight because I don't want to rip my paper, but I do want it to stick down. So you will see it on the back side. Okay. So here we've got a decorative label. We're going to add that. This is a punch. They're done. They're already done for you. One of my princesses did all the cutting for you, or all the prep for you. You just have to do some DSP cutting and some stamping. But I do want, this is not sticking very well. I might need to grab myself. Let's go ahead and do it while we have it. We're going to grab a little snot dot there. Kind of force it to behave. So there we are. I'm going to add that right there. And I'm going to stamp with some Mossy Meadow on a piece of Very Vanilla. Very Vanilla is one I haven't used very often. Now, this is a little bit past the date, but this can get us ready for next year, right? We're just going to add Happy Father's Day there. But on my sample, I think I did Thinking of You. You can use any sentiment that will fit in that little circle. So you do not necessarily need to use Happy Father's Day. Or you can, and you'll be ready for next year. There we are. So there's our little fun fold. And next, you'll add some of your rustic dots then. Okay, so that's card number 1. Get our pieces out for card number 2. I have some things done ahead of time. So there's some of those. Just be careful if you guys grab one of these kits. Just be careful because I did have them cut ahead of time. So we've got Pecan Pie and Boho Blue. Very, very cool. Love that color combination. Okay, we'll slide those back in for later because you get 2 with every project, right? All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to fold it in half. This is the new Pecan Pie, one of my faves. Excuse me. I love this color. Love it. The only thing that would make this any better is if it was scratch and sniff because I love Pecan Pie. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to trim off the front flap. So we're going to just cut because this is a way to use your designer series paper that you do not feel so guilty. So we're going to put our edge at 1 1/4, my fold, and I'm just going to trim this flap off. Keep that and use it for something else. We don't need it for this particular card. Now I have a piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to attach that. I'm not going to attach it, sorry. I'm going to lay it in here, and I'm just going to close that over top. So let's add some seal here. Green glue works fine, whatever your adhesive of choice is. Just be careful. I'm running out. Just be careful that you don't go too close up here to the edges. So get that kind of lined up, nice and straight with the proper equal border, and then just close it. We'll take the opposite side. So see how I said one side is very fishing oriented and the other side is a pattern. We're going to add that to our edge. So pops of color here and there with more, now I know what they are, more fishing lures, yeah. Okay. So see how now you can see both pieces of paper. Love that. Here's our inside. And we also have another strip. So we're just going to bring those together by putting this on the inside here. This is such a fun idea to showcase both sides of the paper. As I call it, guilt paper, right? You always feel guilty because you're going to have to cover up one of the pretty pieces when you use it, but this is a way to not. So I had some of those little leftover pieces here and there, and so I'm just going to put a little just a little focal point here on the bottom of our card. Add that inside so we have a sentiment area. I know, isn't that a cool idea? Hey, Mary Ellen, Tamara says she loves you can see both sides. Yeah, so you don't feel guilty anymore. That actually becomes your card front, which is super fun. So let's go ahead and decorate. Since we are going with the fishing theme, we are going to use the sentiments that are in the stamp set, but you could use any sentiments. I'm going to go with So Glad That You're My Dad in boho blue. Hey, Denise, I'm glad you made it. Happy to have you here. You love this DSP, I know. And we all loved it so much it was sold out for a little bit, but it is back in stock. And those neutral sides work so well. Have you seen a lot of people have done stuff with the little pickup truck, the truck and along bundle? They've been using those neutral sides for other cards, which is super fun. So we're going to add this with dimensionals. Get our dimmies out here. Our little dimmies. So there we go. So glad that you're my dad. And we have some fishing lures. So I stamped that one in boho blue and cut that one out. And then these two came from the dies. So we just need to kind of add them to each other. So I'm going to use a good old snot dot. Stick that right here. And then I'm going to put some snot dots on the back of our lures. So just be careful. Like I said, if you get your kit, be careful when you take it apart because those little lures are cut out for you. Princess Becky did those. She die cut them for you because she loves you too. All righty. It's easier said than done. Everything's sticking to my finger like a booger. So there we go. We've got that. So we'll add that to our project. Let's do a mini dimensional right there. So I got a little bitty out. And I'm just going to hook those lures right there. Okay. So you can leave it like that. Now I have kind of some exposed glue dot there. It's kind of tacky. So all I did was take a little chunk, one of these little pieces here of the, hold on, let's try it again. That ribbon And I'm just going to stick that right there. And that covers up that glue dot. So there's your inside. This one's my favorite, I'm pretty sure. I like them all, but I do really like the fact that that little technique allows you to see your designer series paper. Okay, so now we've got card number 3. So let's get our parts out for this one. This is cool because, as I said, Very Vanilla is being used here. And that's one that I tend to not gravitate towards. Wild Wheat. And I know Wild Wheat has not been my favorite. I am the first to say it. It is not my favorite in color, but it is lending itself to work with so many other colors. So we've got Wild Wheat and Mossy Meadow. There's also some Wild Wheat and some black in there. So it's a good one. I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. So we're going to add our fishing poles on top there, that piece. And of course, you can choose your own adventure with your DSP. If you don't want the fishing poles, you can use something else. I have a little extra sticking off, so I'm just going to do some trimming. Trim. Oh, totally, Lori. Yeah, the Very Vanilla really does look nice. So I'm going to take a piece of that wavy trim and wrap that. It's going to go across and cover up that seam. I'm noticing one thing that I don't have here, and that is a stamp cleaner, and I'm going to need one. So I might have to leave you for a second and go find my stamp cleaner. Now be very careful with this when you're tacking it around the back. Use some good strong adhesive. Don't go sparing. And then I'm going to actually smash it down and add some adhesive on top of the ribbon so it doesn't pop off. We do not want it popping off. There we go. Now I've got a little strip here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to banner notch those ends with this cute punch. I think I'm just going to do one edge. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do, just slide that. Come on, work with me here. I'm going to slide that in. Now I'm going to have it come down just a little bit. Yeah, I'm just banner notching one edge, but you can do both. Sometimes I make them the first time and then there's little tweaks. Do you guys do that? You're like, I made this, but now I would just do this little tweak here and like it a little bit better. So there we have our die cut. These are done for you from the Nested Essentials dies. Top pick of dies from this catalog. I love that. Love them. Let me go grab my cleaner. Hold, please. I don't want boho blue in my Wild Wheat. I don't want your chocolate in my peanut butter. We're going to go with So Glad You're My Dad. Again, sorry. Bumped the camera. And then we'll just add that with some dimensionals. Pop-Tarts, as we love to call them. Okay, so now you could leave it like this, or you can add a bow from this. Yep, this is recording, Denise, so it'll always be available. You can just come right back and watch it, either on my YouTube channel or on my Facebook. So it will be there for you. Not a problem. And if you're just joining me, this is my July Creative Escape featuring Gone Fishing, but I have 3 kits left. So if you are loving this and you would like one, hit me up and let me know, because I do have 3 kits left over. All right, so I'm just going to add that piece of ribbon right there with some snotty dots. Okay, so one thing that I wasn't adding is you get those rustic gems. So you can sprinkle those rustic gems on. I just haven't added them, but they will be in your kit as well. So you do have some embellishments to play with. All right, let's get our final project here. We're switching from Very Vanilla to Basic White. Okay, is that everything that I need? I think so. And you guys get 2 of everything in this class, so that's fun. 8 cards with this one, plus your envelopes. I have 3 leftover kits. So the whole thing with the make and takes, everything, I got 3 of them. So if you would like one, I got you covered. All right, so we're going to take a little bit of designer series paper, attach this down right here. Oh, guilty. I feel bad covering you up, fish, but you're going the wrong way for this card, so we'll have to deal with it. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of this designer series paper and add that to that strip of white. You're very welcome. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened when I was cutting and ordering. It was while I was on vacation, and so I blame vacation brain, but it lucks out for those of you who might want this kit. So I'm going to take a little bit of our ribbon, run that right down across there, and I'm going to add the end with a snot dot so it'll stick well. I'm not going to wrap it around because I don't want it to be too thick. Stick that down there, put one on the other end, and we are rocking and rolling. Hi, Cookie. So glad to have you joining me. It's time for lunch. Actually, it might be early where some of you guys are. It's lunchtime here, but it may be earlier for some of you guys on the West Coast, yeah? All right, let's do a strip of seal right down across there. And we'll add that to this card base. There we go. Two stitched squares. Oh my gosh, it's only 9:30. Well, good morning, West Coast. Good morning to ya. So we're going to stamp this one at an angle. Good things come to those who wait. I almost dropped it. All right, how inky are my fingers? Not too bad. Let's add this to our boho blue square. And then we'll add that to our card with some dimensionals. God bless dimensionals. What did we ever do before we had them? I don't know that I remember a time of not having dimensionals. So there we are. Good things come to those who wait. And then my bobber is missing his center. And I cut it out and I thought, why does my bobber look so different? I'm going to go ahead and stamp it so that we can finish putting this card together. So as you'll notice, there's a bobber, and some people are using these as Christmas ornaments because, I mean, for real, looks just like a Christmas ball. And then we can add this piece in, and that gives a little bit of color, so it makes it really look much more like a bobber. So let's do it to it. Got our boho blue, and now I'm very stressed to try to stamp and make it line up perfectly on live television. Hey, not too bad. I thought maybe I was a little bit rusty because I was away for so long. I didn't stamp at all. Not at all for like 3 weeks, you guys. I was totally on vacation. All right, let's glue our little bobber on there. I'm going to have him come down just a smidge. And there we are. So you sprinkle on your little rustic gems. That really makes it pop. Actually, let's put some on because I really thought they looked so great on this card. So let's get out the Go-Go Gadget tool. This one jumped out already. He's ready to be a part. He's ready to play. There we go. Isn't that cool? And then we'll put a little one there in the center of the bobber. So adding those little gems just really does make things pop. So there's card number 4, 3, 2, and 1 of our Gone Fishing kit. So as I mentioned, we use this bundle, the Gone Fishing bundle, but you could totally, I just use the sentiments and just a little bit the fish and the bobber, but you could absolutely make these your own way with the designer paper and different sentiments for sure. And so I just wanted to let you guys know I do have an extra kit. Sorry, I have 3 extra kits. So you get all 4 projects. One went missing. There it is. All 4 projects, 2 of each card, designer series paper, ribbon, gems. Okay, so just hit me up and let me know if you're interested. All right, you guys. Now, I do want to tell you, quick reminder that bonus days is still going on until Monday the 31st. So with $50 orders, you're going to get bonus coupons emailed to you. So starting August 1st, we have bonus redemption month. So remember, use them or lose them. So if you have a $50 purchase, and I'm going to throw up. Hold on. Did it work? All right. There is my shopping link. So you have until the 31st. Each $50, you get something for free. And was there something else I wanted to mention? Yes. So What's Up Wednesday, or this Wednesday lives at noon, is going to continue. I'm changing my Movie Mondays. So Movie Monday I've been doing for probably 8 or 9 years, maybe even more. And they've moved time a little bit. So they are right now happening at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Mondays. I am going to change that back to 10 a.m. Eastern time, and it will be held on my YouTube channel only. So it will not be held on Facebook. It will be held on my YouTube channel. So make sure you subscribe to Jody Breckbill, Stampin' Queen on YouTube. Hit the bell to get your alerts. So when you subscribe, you should see a little bell there. Hit that and you'll receive notifications when I am on Mondays, 10 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I want to thank you. Oh, info on the card kit, please. So I'm not sure where you are, Cookie, if you heard everything, but you get 8 projects, these 4 cards, 2 of each with envelopes, designer series paper, the rustic gems, and the ribbon. So that is the card kit plus a tutorial. Okay, so you'll have a written tutorial, and then you'll get to rewatch this video if you need a little bit of help. So hopefully that makes sense. But if you have any questions or anything, hit me up. But again, just remember that Facebook and YouTube, Wednesdays at noon Eastern time, I am live. And then Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time, only on YouTube. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And hopefully you guys will come see me there. I'm trying to do something a little bit different. Facebook just keeps changing things and messing with things, and YouTube does not. And so it's a little less frustrating. So I'm going to move one day to YouTube, and then the next day, Wednesday, we'll be staying on Facebook and YouTube together. So hopefully you guys will not forsake me. You'll come see me on the YouTube. Otherwise, you guys have a wonderful week. Enjoy your weekend, and come visit me Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern time for Movie Monday on YouTube. All right. Bye, everybody.